is a freaking insane character right now for several reasons. But let me break it down to a few. Number one, Hulk no longer gets his jump canceled by some softer boots, which means his uptime is going to be higher and he's going to get caught out less. And number two, ever since the ultimate change, where teams don't generate ultimates as fast, characters don't generate it as fast, Hulk breaks that rule because he's gaining ultimates with the break of his bubble. And what this really means for Hulk is that he often, if he's allowed to be proactive or if he is proactive, he's building up ultimate faster than a lot of other characters, almost every other character in the game. And that's a high skill ultimate that can be leveraged to just win you a fight. And the other thing about Hulk is even in the face of certain support ults, Hulk can get you a kill in spite of that, juggling people out, getting kills and generating kills. So not only are you generating this ult that gets, builds really, really quickly, but it's also an ult that is reasonable in the face of some of the most powerful ultimates in the game. Combines that with just the flexibility of Hulk. You'll get to kind of see a theme here with a lot of the characters, with the exception of Daredevil, where they are multi-dimensional in their playstyle. Because if you want a solo carry, you want to be able to adapt and change how you're playing depending on the situation, and Hulk is one of the best tanks at doing that. Because not only can he go backline and fight and dive, but he can brawl front lines and get a lot of ult charge and then eventually pivot back. He can defend against a number of different ultimates, giving his team shielding. He can try to air stun certain characters out of the sky and just, dominate a Star-Lord ulting or a Human Torch ulting. His Exile gives him crazy playmaking to completely deny certain ultimates. And all of this combined just allows Hulk to help who he needs to help. He's good at healing. He can dive who he needs to dive, so he's good at pressuring. And he's similar to Thor in the fact that he can do all these very, complex things, multi-dimensional things. But while he doesn't have this really powerful frontline kidnap ability that Thor has, he has an ultimate that actually converts the team fight wins, that he builds at such a dramatic rate. Now, there is one little trick about this. I talk about it like it's simple and easy and all the things Hulk is capable of, but you can't get any of that without lots of skill. Like, Hulk is hard in every part of it. From your diving, to your staging, to your ulting, every single aspect of Hulk is difficult to learn and incredibly hard and maybe impossible to master. This is really why Hulk is a character that feels great as a solo carry hero, because you feel like the limit of your value has to do with you. It doesn't have to do with a lot of other factors. I'm not saying you don't need your team, but I'm saying that if you are a goated Hulk, you're carrying and deadlifting lobbies in a way that pretty much no other character can do. And that's really why Hulk is 100% deserving of this spot. And I also just think that in general, he's just one of the most satisfying characters that you can possibly learn how to play because of his massive skill. Number 6 on our list, our second support in the game is going to be White Fox. Now, this character, initially people thought was rather weak, but now we're finding out more and more that White Fox might be one of the hardest carried characters in the game. There's a lot of reasons for this, but it really comes down to this. White Fox gets to set the terms of every engagement. And what I mean by that is, White Fox isn't a traditional front-to-back support. You're not playing necessarily just backline, sitting in the support. You're playing an offense, and you can do a lot of things from this offense. You can pocket and help a DPS, like a Q and a Jean or an offense, you have to stay there for as long as you want. And White Fox can even apply pressure and deal damage and mark enemies. So she's not just sitting there and doing nothing. She's able to heal her team from an angle because of her heal and the way that it bounces. And she's also able to deal damage from an angle. So she gets to do both. And the thing is, there's no good options up against White Fox. Like, if the enemy team wants to press you or push you, assuming that you can't literally just kill them, you can just run away. You can teleport right back to your team. But if you're ever in a situation where you have an advantage, you can teleport in with your team. You can pivot in with the dive. You can go in and then ult and generate kills that way. White Fox gets to pick and choose these fights and really press an advantage. Like, if your team has a slight advantage, White Fox can turn that into a large advantage. Like, imagine your Venom jumps in, gets people low, then White Fox teleports in, pops ultimate, now you kill everybody, right? Or the opposite is true. You teleport to your backline, you bail them out, then there's more ultimates being dumped, you pop ultimate, you sustain through. White Fox gets a lot of different tools. Offensive tools to sustain tools. Being able to melee and heal through is incredibly strong as well. And while White Fox doesn't have this traditional, I'm not going to die ultimate, what White Fox gets is the ability to be proactive, the ability to be a playmaker as a support. And not every support gets this level of playmaking. I mean, you get to decide where you're positioning, when you go in, how you play, and your combination of offensive capabilities to super powerful defensive capabilities, and you get to play both sides of the field is insane. And that's really my biggest tips for you is, number one, try not to play front to back as much as possible, which means don't just play behind your team the entire game because you're limiting the offensive capabilities of the character. And number two, you need to be careful about when and where you teleport. I think White Fox is a very game-sense-oriented character, where you kind of need to think about what type of engagement is an engagement where your presence changes that fight. Like, if my divers are in, sometimes they're just going to dip out, or sometimes they're going to feed a dive. But if I'm White Fox playing with them, is my presence going to turn that fight into one that we actually
just spawned in, but no, I can't do no further move.
Advantage and all this sustain and damage? Or am I going in only for my Venom to leave and then I'm dead, right? You gotta think about these things. So White Fox almost requires you to think deeply about what your entire team is doing and the state of the fight. If you know these things, you play aggressively off angling, you get to decide how to fight and when to fight. But with some of these really powerful options come decisions that could just kill you. And while I think that White Fox has a reasonable skill floor, easy to pick up initially, and play the character at a base level, the ceiling of this character is pretty massive because the difference between just a okay White Fox to a good White Fox to an insane White Fox is heaven and earth. There's so much you could do as a great White Fox to carry the team, but there are so many bad decisions that you can make playing White Fox every single second. It's super possible to constantly mess up your positioning, constantly mess up your abilities, and that's why the character is daunting to learn, but also why the character can solo carry so hard. Now, our next DPS on this list, number 7, is going to be one that surprises nobody, Spider-Man. I really do think that Spider-Man, out of any other character in the game, is the closest that you have to a solo player experience in a hero shooter. And the reason is because when you learn Spider-Man, when you climb with Spider-Man, Spider-Man is a character that tests your ability to execute so many different things. Your ability to execute your combos, whether that's the yo-yo, the bread and butter, the sexy combo, your ability to get your movement down, your ability to pull people off the map, your ability to roll out, get back to fights, and be effective. Like, there's so many things that you're learning on this character, and as you learn these things, as you learn how to live, as you learn how to combo, as you learn how to weave in damage, you directly see an increase in your rank, very directly, to how good you get at the character as a whole. Not like I need to learn the context of my team and what they're doing, all this stuff. No, you just need to learn the context of your character and how they match up against other characters. And then what you can do to be as impactful as you can throughout the course of the game. And if that's not a pure solo carry character, I don't know what is. Because if you're better, reliably, you will climb on Spider-Man. Like, there are Spider-Man players in literally every elo, but every Spider-Man is of a different tier of value. Like, the Plat Spider-Man is doing more than the Gold Spider-Man, and the Diamond Spider-Man is doing more than that Black Spider-Man. And every level, the competition increases because the ability of your opponents to output damage and punish you for mistakes increases as well. And what this means is that you're playing a solo player game where it goes from easy to medium to expert to hard to demon mode, right? That's literally the Spider-Man experience. So you individually have to just get better, more competent at everything. From your engagements, to your decision-making, to your timing, to your understanding, to your combo.
Watch out for this.
This is fun.
Too many chances to shine. Conversation, hard, we have to learn how to survive. No one wants to talk about how we got here. All you need to know is it's a beautiful place to die over and over again. We set up a lodge here with a few basic biomods in a safe. But you're stuck with your voices. So if you get the urge to swim to the street, go. Strictly exactly. Against the all the it's a way to imagine. You're going to die here. And that's alright. The most interesting thing you can see one of the best that you can see. And I always want to see you until you're soon enough.
I vape, but I don't like doing it, like, you know? All I do when my friends do it. Or on the weekends. I don't know. I don't really like to. Think about it.
Almost everything. But as you improve, you will see direct results. And that's another thing that I like a lot about Spider-Man is sometimes there are characters like Thor that have very complex decision making. There's so many different things you can do. There's always the wrong decision. But Spider-Man gives you a more actionable, easy way to improve. You just become more competent at your mechanics of the character, very deep mechanics. You're going to directly see some more value given to you. You're going to directly see some more value that you have. And that's really a very important thing for a single-player character. But the other reason Spider-Man's on this list is because he has all the tools to carry. Not only can Spider-Man get a lot of value with things like tools off the map, and on certain maps he gets like some insane free value just being able to kill people, but also Spider-Man gets to cheat death in a way that no other character can. Like every death on a Spider-Man is only like 60% of a death, because his ass is not walking back. He's back immediately. You go in, you trade with somebody, you're back before they get back. That's one of the strengths of Spider-Man. And he's also a character that gets to clutch up on low resources very, very well. Because he can dip in, kill, dip out, get a health pack, dip back in, before even one tick has been acquired on an objective. And his ultimate is actually really good for clutching up low resource fights, because as long as he gets into a fight, if they don't have crowd control to mess him up, he can clutch up 1v2s, 1v3s, even on super low resources, super low health, because of the skill generation, the momentum of the ultimate, where if they don't cancel in the first second, they're all gonna die. That's really strong on a character that has so much dynamic mobility, and the means to bait out these cooldowns. You can bait out and clear the way for yourself, only for you to go in and then close out the fight. So Spider-Man just gets all these different tools, he has all this mechanical expression, he gets to cheat death, and he's just one of the most pure forms of direct, I'm improving at a character like by myself individually, and I'm going to see those improvements reflected in my rank every single time. The number 8 on this list is going to be undoubtedly Doctor Strange. I think that Doctor Strange is one of the best all-around tanks you can play in this game, and even Invisible Team Up aside, we'll talk about that in a second. The character is super strong because he gets to play the roles of a main tank or an off tank, depending on the situation. So, by classification, main tanks are typically the ones with the most amount of rules and constraints, because there's clear things that they have to do, like applying pressure to enemy front lines typically, from contesting objectives, anchoring certain points so enemies don't cap it. This is all stuff that tanks are supposed to do, and Strange has the tools to do all this stuff. But unlike characters like Magneto, he also can play as the off-tank. He can fly around with his off-angles, he can force out genes and duel them, he can, counter-dive and mark divers, he can play-make in all these dynamic ways, but also sometimes do the main tanking role. So you get to play whatever is the most amount of value to you. Like, I think Doctor Strange is one of those tanks that just sits right in the middle between a main and an off-tank, capable of playmaking, but also capable of accomplishing all of the core fundamental jobs that you'd like a tank to do. I also really love that there's skill expression just in the way that you fight just generally, from primary to shield canceling, reload canceling, to making it so you understand certain thresholds and breakpoints with your Maelstrom of Madness, just bursts out of nowhere. Strange has this crazy amount of burst that is more than a lot of DPS have, where a diver that oversteps their welcome too long, or even a flyer or a duelist that gets a little bit too close to you, you can just eradicate them, doing giant chunks of like 120, 150 out of nowhere. This is, of course, compounded even more with his team-up that is extremely powerful, allowing you to interrupt certain exits from enemies like Venom, to adding even more burst. You're going to be able to keep him slightly out of position and then get even more damage in. And then his ultimate, while hard to execute, does have a lot of skill expression. He's still really satisfying as you're able to get bigger and bigger Doctor Strange ults so that you can actually just get, takeoffs in the middle of the fight. And Strange is one of those characters that if you're getting successful ults off, it feels insurmountable for the enemy. Like, the enemy team Gambit ults, and then you Strange ult 3 of them, and you just kill the Gambit and you win. Or the Invis ult, you fly in and ult everybody and cancel the Invis ult. Like, there's so many ways that you can trade a successful Strange ult for support ult, and that just feels like an insurmountable advantage. Like, Stranges that consistently do that, you're winning based on that fact alone. And then don't even get me started about Strange's port. Like, I understand everyone needs to know Strange because you need to be able to port back, but really good Stranges and people that make Strange can do all types of interesting things with the portal, like setting it up to where enemies don't even get a real fight. You do portals to block off certain entrance points onto a point or force enemies to funnel in a particular way, and you can even like force them to funnel in a way and then ult them or something like that. You can set up situations where, okay, hey, they have 40 seconds left, they all just died. What are they going to do? They're going to Strange portal. Okay, let me automatically set up mine. So I'm going to counter portal theirs and instantly kill them when they try to get through. You can set up basically these no-win situations with Strange. So when you combine everything from the portal text to the really powerful ultimate, if you can hit it, and it does have skill expression, to the consistent burst damage, the ability to play as a main tank and an off tank, he paints this picture of just the most well-rounded tank in the game that gets to do what you need him to do and also gets to play make at the same time. The number 9 on this list, our last support in the video, is gonna be that Invisible. I really cannot express enough how this character has everything you need to climb to the highest rank to play built into her kit. There's a lot of things that you can do as a proactive Invisible that you can't do on other characters because of her survivability. So what you can do is you can pull tanks out of position. You can push away divers. And here's the thing about Invis that you gotta learn. Pull is gonna be more consistently powerful than push. Because there's a lot of divers that they are going in and they're baiting out certain cooldowns from your team, right? So like a Venom that goes in, they're not trying to kill you. And in fact, they can't kill you in that first engage because you have shield. If you wanted to, you could push, you also have jump. And there's also stuff like Bucky Hook and Loki Totems and Luna Freeze and all this stuff. They're trying to bait out this stuff. And as an Invis player, you need to understand I don't need to push to keep myself alive. Instead, I want to cut off their form of disengaging. Because like it feels like, oh, if I pull them back in, oh, well, they're here again. But the reality of it is you're trying to create kill situations. If the Daredevil tries to disengage, if the Venom tries to grapple away, pulling them back into your team means that they're dead and they can't cycle immediately after. Pushing them away from your team means that they get to disengage, and then they're going to come back in when your team is on lesser cooldown. What I'm saying is Invis creates kill potential a lot more, and that's the way that you shut down dives, is by killing them. Creating kills. I know, hey, it's just simple kills. Kill them. But that's what you need to start thinking about. It's not like you have all these options to keep yourself alive, and I don't really want you to think about push as a means to just keep yourself alive. We have plenty of ways to keep ourselves alive, so let's use our really powerful CC ability to generate advantage, generate kills, cut off exit. And if that tank is pushed too far forward, like a mag, and he doesn't have a bubble, you pull him back in. If that Venom tried to engage and is trying to leave, you pull him back in. And the more calm you are under pressure on Invis, the more playmaking opportunities will come to you. In addition to all these things, combinations like using your Vortex into melee, primaries into a pull, you can legitimately take an isolated duel with a person that doesn't expect it and just straight up kill them. I actually highly recommend going into a place like Doom Match and just trying to kill people as Invis. Practice your combos as Invis. Practice winning isolated duels. Because Invis, her value is from her survivability, but it's important that when you have that ample amount of survivability, you want to leverage that into other advantages. And those advantages come in the form of you legitimately just shutting down plays and killing people every single time. And an Invis that never lets Angela get a grab and a Wolf get a grab, doesn't allow Venom to get out safely, messes up certain executes, plays in areas and catches people off guard, legitimately killing them, enables her team with shields which she needs to, and then has consistently impactful ultimates, which, by the way, the best way to ult on Invis is actually to not be inside your ultimate. if you're outside the ultimate, you're not going to get killed by the many things that try to hit Infinix's inside ultimates, like a Strange Ult, or a Jet Bolt, or a Wool Bolt, or whatever. You stay outside of your ultimate invisible, and you ult up with your team. This is a very powerful thing that high-level invis do that you should start to experiment with more. Although I do imagine some amount of ultimates will be messed up. That's perfectly fine. But typically throwing the ult right on top of you is only a need-to-do basis, not something that you always do. But when we combine all these capabilities of Invis and the playmaking that you can have on this character, we really start to see the picture of a character that gets to turn their defense into offense. And like one of the most pure defensive characters gets to leverage all of that and then just convert it into playmaking and kills consistently throughout a game. That last
when we first started working on it, I'm checking it every day. I'm like, I don't know, was this the
told you
reason
not to take it every day.
What made you get into doing what you do?
This is it. It's an opportunity to like help people.
That's what made me feel more comfortable too, because I'm like, this guy really cares about my goals and he can help me work towards them.
Remember that one time you told me and you were so excited?
I told you like after hours, I'm like, that was a perfect time to buy it. And you're probably thinking, why is this guy calling me now?
Honestly, that's the true mentality of that. You're taking advantage of these opportunities.
I'm glad I have you. You kind of helped my fiance out.
And last but certainly not least, this is a solo carry hero that everyone can play regardless of your skill level, your role preference. I think is a great solo carry character to learn, and that's Namor. This character just gets to do everything you want to do. He can contest offense. He can take high ground. He can flank. He can anti-dive. He can poke from main. He can do everything. He's the perfect DPS to just do anything you need him to do. And of course, there is mechanical skill there. There is skill expression there. But he just gets to do it at a consistent level. He checks all the boxes. And if you were only ever going to play one DPS forever, I think Namor is that perfect DPS because he gets to control the state of a fight. He gets to hit extremely hard with a lot of aggression, double squid, right-click backlines, just insane amounts of damage. And also his ultimate is just a very reliable. From shutting down ultimates like Punish Roll, to comboing with Groot, to just using it as an extension of his flank to kill people, it's so freaking good. And the character as a whole is just consistent, reliable, with that skill expression, but can carry game. Like a good Namor is going to have 3 deaths and 32 kills because you're constantly able to pressure, constantly able to be part of the duels, constantly able to alleviate pressure on your team, and even consistently playmate. And I think it's really rare that there's a character that is so dominant in some of the lower elos, like Namor, but also scales really well. Like as you get better mechanically and positionally and your ult timing is better, Namor can compete with the best of the best aimers in the game, the best of the best characters in the game, and he plays well into those things. So I really think that he's in this perfect spot where players that can kind of play him enough to break past the I'm just kind of feeling as Namor into the I'm comfortable as Namor. I know the different things I can do. I know how to play aggressive, but I also know how to shut down certain characters. That is the key to really unlocking this character's solo carry potential. But once you have it, he's all reliable and he can carry you out of even the worst of lobbies and shut down some of the best of players. But anyways, this is my entire solo carry list. Let me know, is there any character that I missed in the description down below? And of course, check out my new coach.
Battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Bringing Wakanda to the stars was a dream of mine since youth.
Your to-do list? Done by us. Introducing Home Care Plus subscription. $99 a year. Never get more than low.
The mission area is yours to capture now. Double kill! No skill shots!
It's the dog park. The old town of shame.
It's called an Olympic defense pop. But it's nothing shameful about.
Right. It's the dog park.
Protect your furry friend with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Capture the mission area!
this is me just stating the obvious, but Marvel Rivals has one of the dumbest communities I have ever been a part of. And more specifically in this video, the dive community, y'all don't make any sense to me whatsoever. You DPS players, you content creators, you people that always sit there and play DPS, but we having you have everything to say about this game, but you don't play no other role. You don't have no kind of rewards and anything else. You have no, recognizable hours played in any other role. But you got the most to say when some patch notes come out. Y'all make no sense to me. I'm on social media. I'm on Marvel Rivals, Twitter. I'm looking through Reddit threads. I'm looking through TikTok, Instagram. I'm just seeing everyone's takes on, the dinosaur, Cyclops shit, the Cyclops, out the next little trailer. Joking around with people whether Cyclops should be a DPS or tank. That's funny. It's funny to joke around about that. Cyclops isn't a tank. Okay, it's not the end of the world. I like to poke fun at my DPS things. That's all that is. Okay, it's just be fun at y'all. But at the same time, the knee-jerk reaction to the patchworks that come out. All y'all stupid. You don't have to answer that. I know most of you guys are stupid, but like the guys community more specifically, I didn't realize how stupid you were. So let's just go through. I got the patches put up right over here, so we can just sit there and just make sure we're not stupid. Okay, so White Fox. Okay, this overall. Okay, everyone's critique was okay. Some characters got buffs, some characters got nerfed that they thought was a little weird. For example, Mantis and Mr. Fantastic. I sat there and said, okay, the Mantis change should be interesting. The Mr. Fantastic one, I thought that was kind of random, but maybe they're trying to let him more DPS and let him just output more damage. But he'll still be able to sit there and peel. He just doesn't have to be a CC freaking magnet, because he has a lot of CC, and they're like, okay, it's already lost CC. Marvel Rivals, they're fixing that aspect of his character, so it's one less character that we got to worry about having 3 different variants of CC, and including in this one, they're saying they're toning that down a little bit, with how they nerf their characters. That's cool. Why is it that we looked at White Fox, and I'm scrolling through social media, and I got people that sit there and play dive characters complaining about White Fox being a change. Now, let me go through it to actually explain to y'all why what happened to White Fox isn't even necessarily like a huge nerf or a huge buff. It's like a quality of life change to the character to make her function, and the meta that is because I think we're stupid. Let's go. Let's go through it right quick. Let me just pull it up. I'm actually doing magnifier right here. I think magnifier. Here we go. Let's magnify. Let's really get this team sorry, my bad. Let's magnify it. So okay. White Fox. Amy Bond is responding for communal magic, more consistent healing, whether she's rocking combat with the game. So let's analyze that. She's getting more consistent healing. What was the critique on White Fox going in when she came out? That she was a weak healer. People without her heals were weak. She doesn't have enough burst of it. Blah, blah, blah. I'm a support main. I'm a dive player. I'm a tank main that doesn't know how to play cover. Or I sit there and play support. I'm used to playing Luda Snow or Invis or Gambit or, Cody Dive all the time. So when I sit there and try to heal bot, it doesn't work. So I'm a DPS main. Oh, I don't play cover. White Fox doesn't give me enough heals. Blah, blah, blah. I'm stupid. What they do, they try and make her use a little persistence. You know what the issue was? Because this is how you know people didn't play White Fox. This is my issue with people within this community. Since we don't have since the overwhelming amount of people actually don't flex and learn other characters, they make stupid things. I flex. I learned so many DPS characters alone in this one season, and I have a better understanding than most people that have been playing it since season 2. Let's go through this. White Fox increased healing not provided by the surrounding aura of Fox Form Awakening from 25 to 35. Okay, what's Fox Form Awakening? That's when she goes into the main form. What is the issue with her main form? She boxing people, she making sick. She would actually do a whole bunch of healing while she was sitting there and just slapping doing to the slap. She did a decent amount of healing, and you wouldn't kill anybody. If the life force was hurt, you weren't killing anybody. So it's a problem. When you pop Fox to the awakening, it barely did any healing. No healing still next to you. Why you want to kill nobody? If you don't get it. So it didn't have to fight you. Just continue. Reduce the burst healing generated by each successful attack. Fox 25 to 25. It's a 2. It's not 35 to 30. It's 35 to 25. That's good. The observed white box is fully out there. Fox will it's too high. Instantaneously attacking enemy. Like I just said. Those two opportunity, you're smacking the bang. You're smacking. You're sometimes, okay, Loki, you can't really out. Y'all following what people doing. But you go with unable to move and target. You know why? It was too many because they're down the field. Sometimes you draw profits, you know, because, but guess what? You got freaking USPS Amazon delivery deal. No problem. You got Amazon Prime. You got Amazon delivery deal. You don't want to fight your profits like this. This that's why they're changing. Freaking, like all these stupid. This slightly lower for a first team standard. Significantly boost the passive overall and no points are available. 25 to 35. Increase blessed by the 9th play. The allies can create their own each ultimate play for 26. And that's fine because most of the ultimates in this game were outpacing her anyway. So that's fine. So I'm gonna ask you guys this. My dive community, my dive UPS players, even some of my dive things like Captain America have done. All we stupid. All we dumb. People like, what? I thought they need above. Oh, we can make a support something. It's a quality of life change. That's one of the issues I had with White Hawks. Now, I wasn't sitting there saying, hey, there's these changes. I was just like, okay, if I play White Hawks, I just win. If I go into my melee form and I have nobody to hit, I'm not going to be doing nothing. So, just understand that and just make sure, I just sit there, swap out my melee form and go back to my primary healer. Now I can actually rely on it, especially in between fights. We actually don't sit there and win a fight. Maybe that's crazy. That's really the case we do. It's only right. The bursting different. So now if you actually do like jump and dive with someone, she's not burst killing the crap out of it. But see, the thing is, if you die from you dive here, and just people in general on the team, they try to dive to that. There's like this situation where if you jump into the bathroom and you're supposed to instantly get rewarded with some kind of thing, it's like you guys just want to support back in and just don't fall over. And I'm one of the people that sit there and say my support name for sauce. You don't even sit there and tell me like, oh, and I had someone sit there and say, oh, you're cognitive disappointed. I'm probably way more critical of support than most people that sit there and say support that do here. I played 4.5 people straight. I ain't like that. This game outside of Avenue and heal I'm critical because I know we're going on back there. These characters are critical because they know they're free killing. It's stupid. I love it, stupid. It's okay. It's good life. But that's what my whole thing is. Now, there's some things in tactics. I'm like, okay, for example, this is fantastic. Let me scroll here. Okay. This is fantastic. Okay, so his crowd control is getting a little bit of a hit. Okay, the other thing is crowd control. And, it's just a little deep. Oh, let me so his crowd control is getting a bit too oppressive, so they turn off in the slow pace for a boost in direct damage. Are we mad about more damage? Well, most people play this fantastic. So it's like, okay, whatever. Increased stretch rates from 65 to 70. The new effects will speed reduction effect. However, the charge time for each use has been reduced from 8 to 6. Reduce the energy cost of bringing it bounce from 34 to 30. Like, that's...
When it's time to add my son to our car insurance, I'm scared to think about my mom.
One of the most important parts of getting to understanding any kind of competitive game is positioning. Positioning of all the rivals is one of the concepts that not everyone fully understands. So in today's video, I'll be teaching you some of the basic fundamentals that you need. So when you go into your next race match, you're a much better player and you have to better choose that way. So to start this off, I want to give you guys a bare bones definition of what position is related to hero shooters game. And that's basically where you stand relative to the team, your enemies, and the objective. It basically determines how much value you're going to provide to the team. With that said, there's 5 principles I'm going to go over related to position that I want you guys to understand. The first one will be line of sight, the second will be distance, the third will be off angles, then the fourth will be talking about playing on cover, the fifth one will be talking about playing high ground and just using. So the first principle we're going to get into is line of sight. And here's what I want you guys to think about. A lot of times when we think of LOS, people refer to tenures or teams, your teammates, your things like this. And that is important, but it's only one side of the sword. The more important aspect I want to go over is line of sight related to how the enemy team sees you, because that leads to a lot more problems than the teammates out there. And here's what I mean. I've been playing support for the past 4 seasons, and what I've learned, a lot of players who play tank, a lot of players who tend to play DPS, there's many lanes on maps and everything, and a lot of dominant lanes, and people will play down center lane. They'll play right down the middle where everybody can see them. And yeah, you can see the enemy team too, but this hurts you a lot more, especially if you're backplaying on defense and the enemy team's pushing a convoy. It makes things a little bit more complicated, especially if you're playing a tank. Seen a lot of mad players, experience players, blue players, for example, they hold their shield up, they're just taking a lot of damage because the enemy team can see them. You want to make it as possible for the enemy team to do damage to you. So, targeting the corner, playing around cover, limiting how much damage you're actually taking, while maximizing how much damage you're blocking that's coming to your enemy team. That's always the opposite. Same thing with my DPS players. You don't have as much health as the tank. So it's actually more detrimental if you play out in mid, you're not playing in cover, you get bursted out of nowhere, then you get upset at your heroes because they're like, oh, what can I do? But they have a Hawkeye, they have a Hela, they decide that they want to focus you specifically, you get hit at the same time, and you essentially explode. So that's why it's important. Use one your elevation. Limit how easy it is for them to see it. Unless they see it, damage you're going to do. So that's why when I see tank players who just stand down the open, thinking all damage, that's cool, but we're in a meta that has a lot of DPS and a lot of strong healing. And what comes with that is ultimates, and you don't want to feed it. When you feed because you're having bad, position and everything, you're basically charging the enemy team's ultimate, and those ultimates are going to get used to your team. So where, you won't be able to dodge all the things, but you don't have to sit there and be 100% exposed 24/7. So when it comes to positioning, just remember, don't think about, hey, can my teammates see me? But think about, hey, how much is the enemy team see me? How easy am I making it for them to shoot? And once you start understanding it in that aspect, you're going to be playing cover a little bit more. You're going to be able to think that. Is this too easy for them? And you're going to be providing so much more value to your team. You're going to save So building off of line of sight, we're going to talk about distance management. And this is important for my frontline teams and my dive characters. Your Daredevils, your Magic, your BlackPanther. This is important because a lot of those players get caught up in having bad distance. It happens to all of them. So how do you manage having good distance? The way I like to think of it, whenever I'm playing tank especially, I like to imagine a invisible line that's in front of me. And this line, I know if I cross it, I'm basically screwed. This one, yes, and it also goes for support players too. So how do you know if your distance is off? How do you know if you're overextending? How do you know if you're in that kill box threshold? Think of it this way. If you're playing DPS and playing offense, there's nothing wrong with playing offense, but you can also play a little too hard on the range. One, you're pushing so you can pressure the enemy. But if they decide that they want to focus you, you're also in close proximity enough to get back to safety or to get killed by your team. You want to play the front line, but you want to think, okay, am I close to the game? I also think and I fall back and I backpedal and get killed off, by my DPS on the first get rid of everything. I just die. Once you understand what that threshold is, and this is going to be the thick skin, into, die from, things of that nature. And it's going to vary depending on the characters and the company. Keep that in mind. But always just imagine, okay, my distance and my speed are my support coaches. Distance matters less about support time than the front line. But if you're in the back line, you don't want to be too far back. If they're running a down point, and there's Spider-Man, if you're far away from that being safe and you get over the court, if you get jumped on, and the time they turn around, so even for my support me, I tell my team, okay, you don't want to focus games on my support. You don't want to sit there and backpedal into the map that nobody's knows. I always tell my tanks and DPS collapse backwards into your team. I always tell my support for the most part, and it's all contextual. But for my support, I always tell inward. If someone dies in back lane, the support collapse inward, you know, go towards the DPS and my teams, my DPS, naturally, you're going to look at everybody. So when you backpedal, you want to collapse inward, so it makes it a little bit easier. One of the most important concepts you need to understand in any kind of competitive game is positioning. Positioning involves a rival is one of those concepts that not everyone can understand. So today, I'll be teaching some of the basic fundamentals that you need. So when you go into your next race match, you're a much better player and you have a better chance at winning. So to start this off, I want to give you guys a bare bones definition of what positioning is related to hero shooting game. And that's basically where you stand relative to your team, your enemies, and your objectives. It basically determines how much value you're going to provide. With that said, there's 5 principles I'm going to go over related to positioning that I want you guys to understand. First will be line of sight, the second will be distance, third will be off angles, then the fourth will be talking about playing around cover, the fifth one will be talking about playing high ground and just using map advantage. So the first principle we're going to get into is line of sight. And here's what I want you guys to think about. A lot of times when we think of LOS, people refer to can your support see you, can your teammates see you, things of that nature. And that is important, but it's only one side of the sword. The more important aspect I want to go over is line of sight related to how the enemy team sees you, because that leads to a lot more problems than the teammates that we do. And here's why. I've been playing support for the past 4.5 seasons. And what I've learned, a lot of players who play safe, a lot of players who tend to play DPS, there's many lanes on maps and everything, and a lot of dominant lanes. And people will play down centrally. They'll play right down the middle where everybody can see them. And yeah, you can see everything too, but this hurts you a lot more, especially if you're backstream defense and the enemy team's pushing. It makes things a little bit more complicated, especially if you're playing a tank. I've seen a lot of mag players, trained players, blue players, for example, will hold their shield up. They're just taking a lot of damage because the enemy team can see them. You want to make it as hard as possible for the enemy team to do damage to you. So hugging the corner, limiting how much damage you're actually taking, while maximizing how much damage you're blocking. That's going to be everything. It's really hard. Same thing with my DPS, but you don't have as much health as a tank. So it's actually more detrimental if you play out in mid, not from any cover. You get bursted out of nowhere, then you get, set at your healer. So we're like, oh, what can I heal that? But they have a Hawkeye, they have a Hella, they decide that they want to focus more specifically. You get hit at the same time, and you essentially explode. That's why it's important. Use walls, use family, clean your elevation. To limit how easy it is for them to see. The less they see you, the less damage you're gonna get. So that's why when I see tank players who just stand down the open, they're just taking all kinds of damage. That's cool, but we're in a meta that has a lot of DPS and a lot of strong healers. And what comes with that is ultimate, and you don't want to feed. When you feed because you're having bad, position and everything, you're basically charging the enemy team ultimate, and those ultimates are going to get you against your team. So the less you're seeing, the less charge you get. Now, sometimes you're going to get in situations where, you won't be able to dodge all the damage, but you don't have to sit there and be 100% exposed 24/7. So when it comes to positioning, just remember, don't think about, hey, can my teammates see me? But think about, hey, how much is the enemy team see me? How easy am I making it for them to shoot me? And once you start understanding it in that aspect, you're going to be playing tough a little bit more. You're going to be in the enemy team. So you're going to be like, okay, is this too easy? And you're going to be providing so much more value to your team as you're doing so many more fights right now. So building off of line of sight, we're going to talk about distance management. And this is important for my frontline tanks and my dive characters. Americans, your Daredevils, your Magic, your Black Panthers. This is important because a lot of these players get caught up in having bad distance. It happens to all of them. So how do you manage having good distance? The way I like to think of it, whenever I'm playing tank especially, I like to imagine a invisible line. In this line, I know if I cross it, I'm basically screwed. This goes, yes, it also goes for support players too. So how do you know if your distance? How do you know if you're overextending? How do you know if you're still box threshold? Think of it this way. If you're playing DPS, for example, you're playing off angle. There's nothing wrong with playing an off angle, but you can also play a little too off on an angle. You want your distance to be in a sense of you can pressure the enemy team, but if they decide that they want to focus you, you're also in close proximity enough to get back to safety or to get killed by your team. So I'm playing tank, let's say Magneto, you want them to front line, but you're going to think, okay, am I close enough to get damage? So after they sit onto you, can I, peel back a little bit? Can I fall back? Can I backpedal and get peeled off, by my DPS, while my supports get healed and everything, so I don't die? Once you understand what that threshold is, and this is going to depend on the enemy team comp, whether they're running dive, whether they're running hit scan, the kind of tank matchup that you're running into, brawl comp, dive comp, things of that nature. And it's going to vary depending on the characters and the companies. Keep that in mind. But always just imagine, okay, my distance, am I too far off? My support's going to get it. Distance matters less about the support probably going to be in the front line all the time. But if you're in the back line, you don't want to be too far back. If you're running a dive comp, you have somebody like BlackPanther, Spider-Man. If you're super far in the back, far away from that little safety net of your tanks or your other DPS or your other support, if you get jumped on, by the time they turn around, they won't necessarily be able to help you because you're just so far back. So even for my support mates, I tell my tanks, okay, you don't want to overextend, but my supports, you don't.
Welcome to the jungle. You are my prey.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
Is this really what it's come to? Working with petty thieves?
Who's the one being petty, home? Last I checked, we was both fighting a good fight.
But I swear, if I find any of my weapons missing after this...
Simmer down, Inspector.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
My father would have loved to see Wakanda reaching across the stars. Warriors from the deepest seas. Ah, yes. Much better. My strength is renewed. In fast name of My ancestors are watching. There are far too many of them. Bast has favored me with another chance.
Ooh, found me someone to fight.
Behold, the fist of Khonshu.
Watch out.
I am ready to put on a show. It's the grand finale. Double KO.
The Jalia can wait. The hunt is not over.
No skill shot. In its tracks.
My aim is true.
Goodbye.
The enemy approaches.
So you can use a hand, and maybe a foot.
The Jalia can wait. The hunt is not over.
You owe me one.
Shown more respect. Much better. Powerful healing.
Namor. Stop them in their tracks. Double KO.
I still have some hunt left in me.
Better stop that vehicle.
My aim is true.
They're sneaking up on us.
Summon Emma. I'm ready. Better stop that vehicle.
My aim is true.
Got some strange friends taking it all.
Just who Gambit was looking for.
Something doesn't feel right here. He stopped them in their tracks.
I've heard it pretty bad over here.
I like the cold.
Lesson learned. Let's try something different. My aim is true.
30 seconds.
I am your king now.
Time's running out. Don't give it up now. Toes, here they come.
I am ready to put on a show.
Tremble before
Final 10 seconds.
three.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner. The current score is 0-1. Time to switch things up, including which side you're on. You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Are you ready to hunt?
Round 2.
I am king of my people, god of our gods.
Seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Hey, I was... You know, maybe I could take you on a private tour of the galaxy after this, huh?
You want a chance with me, sugar. You have to go through me first.
Wait, this lazy guy with the playing cards? Really? You're with him?
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Again, my ancestors are watching. Guide my spear!
I thought he was supposed to figure all this out. Fancy seeing you.
What are you aiming at? My aim is true. My strength is renewed.
You got a license for that thing, Cap?
Never bring a cannon to the
Powerful healing.
I'm out of control.
Enemy tag.
They hit real hard.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
Turn around, they're sneaking up on us. My strength is renewed.
Obi-Wan.
My aim is true.
Trouble has arrived.
What in God's name are those?
That's my man. Something doesn't feel right here. Track this enemy.
My aim is true.
Show up time.
Save for me.
I don't like these sequences one bit.
Taking too much.
Final score 2-1. Another epic victory!
Yeah.
I've shown more respect. Ah, yes, much better.
What? You got your phone? Go to sleep.
You are
At Primrose Schools, bright futures, new friendships, and big milestones begin in every little moment of your child's day.
Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm
Lucy
not
just dropped a
judging.
video going off about this DJ Black situation.
Are you ready to hunt?
Sean Cotton, aka Say Cheese, for you guys who don't know, dropped a video giving his final analysis according to him on his DJ Black and Moody situation. Now, in that video, he listed out in who he believes won the war. Lucy or Black, obviously he's been Black because anybody brain is picking Vlad to win this war. But during his analysis, he said not only did Vlad win this war, but he believes that Boosie will regret turning down the money, and DJ Vlad is about to make $500,000 off of Boosie's mistake.
Vlad won. Clear as day. Vlad won. We all know what happened. Boosie asked for 5 or 10 more thousand. Vlad usually pays him 25,000. Because he wasn't on Vlad for 7-8 months, Boosie wanted an extra 10. Just because we want to talk about he haven't been there often to save Vlad's money by him not having to pay him for those missing months, so he wanted $10,000 extra. So Boosie was like, you know what, I'm gonna do my own shit. And his shit flopped. It didn't do as good. It did good for his first. Whatever he made was a profit. That was his first independent interview. So whatever he made was a profit. I'm not going to say it a lot. I'm sorry, but it wasn't 25. It was not 25. Vlad is doing interviews on his own platform about the situation. I think one of them was 800 to 1 million people. Y'all go check it for me. But it went crazy. I think it was, I don't know if it was 1090 He had academics ask him about him, Black 100. Then he just interviewed 6ix9ine about the situation. That shit did 200,000 a day. I know what the numbers. I know how the numbers feel. And then he's bringing Charleston White back. Charleston White, he's going to talk about Boosie some more. This Vlad and Boosie situation got so big to where Vlad can mention it to any guest over the next year, and it's going to make profit. That's why Vlad wins, because he can walk this shit for another year, and it's going to make him an easy. I know y'all like hearing numbers. An easy $500,000. Vlad's going to make $500,000 off of falling out with Boosie. Instead of paying him 25 in appearance, he's going to make an easy $500,000 just by talking about the Boosie and the Boosie shit. It added to the Aaron Spears shit. That's a big situation. And then if Aaron Spears come back and do a free interview, like, what's too much more money? So Vlad wins. Because Vlad plays the long game. Vlad plays the long game. That's why he switched, and then he has his own platform that's already built to the, you know what I'm saying? So that's why Vlad won.
Syracuse is being more charitable.
Chevy trucks are as dependable as the Chevy people who drive. They don't need permission to get going. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Okay, class. Who would like to do problem 3 on the board?
I have discovered a nest of mechanical arachnids.
I know, Miss Einstein. Let's give someone else a try, Ralphie. How about you, Sophia? Actually...
Syracuse is being more charitable than the Boosie interview flop. The Boosie Patreon is flop. You know why it's flop? Because Boosie don't got the work ethic when it comes to content creation. The interview had bad lighting. The interview was only one interview. I think like one of his kids interviewed him. Right? Like the interview did his rounds. But if you plan on building an infrastructure for yourself and a platform for yourself off of one interview a year, good luck. Good luck. Boosie dropped that one interview on Patreon. He hasn't dropped any more content. It doesn't make sense. If you're trying to build a platform for yourself, if you're telling Vlad, I'm going to make more on my own, that's contingent of you actually doing the work and putting it in. He's not doing no work at all. Right? So, Syracuse is a tad bit more charitable. I think it was an absolute flop. A flop. Now, Syracuse would also tell Boosie, I think this is what really pissed off Boosie. He would tell Boosie, Vlad is going to win a long game, A, because he has a platform, and then 2, he got the fans on his side, and he was able to get the fans on his side because when you first told the story, fans thought, man, $5,000, but once Vlad let the fans know, hey, bro, I was paying Boosie $25,000, he said that was not enough, he wanted $40,000. Well, your fans, the average person is looking at $25,000 to come and sit down for 2 hours, and they're looking at you like, bro, you is selfish. You is selfish. And the perception changed. And now Boosie don't got the support that he believes he deserves. Boosie was posting when his Patreon dropped, Boosie was posting and chastising his fans for not fully supporting him. Right? Like how they should.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
I'm not mad at you.
Are you ready to hunt?
I'm not mad at you for turning down the 25,000, right? And doing your own thing. But what I want people to realize, especially in this economy, right? $25,000. $25,000 to sit down in front of somebody for 2 hours to talk about talk about God. Hard for man, bro. Like, I don't know if you may not watch, maybe not. Hard shit. To talk. You know how long it takes the average experience? The average. I'm not talking about dope boys, D-boys. I'm not talking about streamers. I'm not talking about athletes. I'm talking about the average human being. You know how long it takes? It's the average American doesn't see 25,000 in a year. Tell me what he shouldn't have did, but he's gonna miss out on 100,000. Vlad's gonna make 100,000. Over $10,000. Over $5,000. Disagree. No, I offered 15,000 yesterday. He turned it down. And I think a lot of that is ego and pride. He said that, I don't be podcasters, and I feel like you got to live on that. He don't want to come back around. If he doesn't land anytime soon, I mean, people are going to look at him, same way when Charles White came back and said, she's like, oh. And people just don't, people want to seem right. People want to seem right for a whole lot of shit out there. But y'all have to do 50,000. And, he said, no, I don't know if he's mad at me about the Fredo Band situation. But I do know, we just need to get back to some reality. I'm seeing people like ridiculous interviews, bro. Like 35,000 to talk for 2 hours, bro. Nobody, the interview business is making it.
Yeah, Boosie was not happy at all. But I don't think that Say Cheese said anything wrong. Now, the only thing I will critique, and Say Cheese is my guy, when Say Cheese said in the beginning, somebody asked him, yo, who won the beef, the Boosie and Vlad beef, and that's why he was making the video. I don't know if that's true, man. I think what happened is, right there, Mercedes put in a good offer for the interview. Lucy rejected the offer, and Mercedes like, oh, what? I bet. I'm trying to be fair. You're not trying to be, I bet. And that sparked the video. But if Mercedes is my guy, if he tells me flopping, no, somebody really asked me, I believe it, okay? But when Boosie responds, Boosie believes that Sean Cotton made the video because he rejected the interview with Say Cheese, okay? That's Boosie's belief. Now, Boosie would also go off on Say Cheese and Vlad and start popping it, say he don't need them, right? And he make whatever they offer it in a weekend.
Are your windows making life uncomfortable? Then you need new replacement windows from Renewal by Anderson.
Try something different.
Sean Cotton, actually you're wrong. I'm not gonna take no losses now. You wrong, bro. You wrong, bro. That 25,000 5-6 times a year. Well, I make that a weekend. I make that 6 weekends in a row. I don't need the podcast. That's like I expect you to take a shot to a podcast. But I think the real reason is he talked to me last week trying to get an interview. And I told you no, bro.
60 seconds left.
You gotta take that on the chin, bro. Like, don't go on the thing feeling about me and how you feel about me. I mean, you want an interview, you can pay for an interview. Like, bro, like, I don't need a podcast to get my face.
3 more rolls.
That's what you need.
I still have some hunt left in me.
That's better. Double kill!
My soul shall not rest yet.
The current score is 0-0. Time to switch things up, including which side you're on. The right heroes could make all the difference.
Are you ready to hunt? My claws may be sharp, but my mind is far sharper.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
Tracking now, Jeff. Clearly a master of reconnaissance. Or chaos. Possibly both.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
Careful or we're gonna get it from behind.
I have returned from Dejalia. my spear!
We're being targeted by a sniper! Get ready. Here come the bad guys.
I have discovered a nest of mechanical arachnids. They wish to strike us from a safe distance. Health must be praised.
Sniper in there! Move like a fox!
The sniper's hunt has ended.
I'm trying to help!
They fire from
Ah, yes. Much better.
Damage sustained! Need assistance! We need to take out that sharpshooter!
A true hunter need not hide from their prey. I still have some hunt left in me.
Only 60 seconds left. It's spider time! Final score, 0-1. Well, you can't expect to win them all. The right heroes could make all the difference.
Are you ready to hunt? Enemies beware. The Panther is on the prowl.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
Wizard! I thought you were imprisoned on another plane.
Nobody can keep me locked up for long.
Ha! That's what I said in the Tower of Solitude.
I know. Loki might have cast a spell of silence in the tower, but I could hear you loud and clear.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1!
Enemy in front of us. My strength is renewed. Fast, guide my spear. Watch your step. This place is teeming with vagabonds.
We're better when we work together. Alright, Ty. Now we really kill the spiders. Double KO!
I have returned from Dejalia.
You know what to do, spiders? Mine's in place. Better stop that vehicle! No hard feelings.
I have returned from Dejalia.
Stop them!
Ah, yes. Much better.
What are you aiming at? These mechanical arachnids are no more.
My aim is true. I am Asgard's might.
It's spider time! We're better when we work together.
This is real firepower!
Perfect hit!
Lesson learned. Let's try something different.
There's still a chance to stop them!
Fast, guide my spear.
Better stop that vehicle! You need to teach me that.
Again,
They
my
hit
ancestors
checkpoint.
are watching.
Now might be a good time to stop them.
Us against the world!
I'm counting on you, friend.
Fast, guide my spear. We are in the front. Prepare yourselves.
Time for some fireworks. They hit it halfway! Stop them! You need to teach...
I still have some hunt
Shields
left
up.
in me.
There's still a chance to stop them!
Fast, guide my spear.
Systems restoring.
Again, my ancestors are watching.
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
Just what we need.
Fast, guide my spear. Again, my ancestors are
Better
watching.
stop that vehicle!
Those
It's now or never! Stop them! It's spider time!
Enjoy the amplifier!
Ah, yes. Much better.
Someone scratch my back!
Don't give them another inch, or else. Us against the world! Co-op time!
Hope I make the cut! Behold! My soul shall not rest yet. God's might!
My good deed for the day. Don't mind me. I'm just dying.
By the eye of Agamotto! I unleash the Vishanti's power! It was just... My soul shall not rest yet.
Keep your We lost our shields!
I'll patch you up.
Please, we're hurt! Feeling stronger on Double KO!
I have returned from
The current score is 0-3. Time to switch things up, including which side you're on. You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Are you ready to hunt? I was chosen by Bast. Let me show you why.
Seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Hey, Thor. Let me see the hammer.
No.
I just want to see if it'll charge up my gun. Come on, I'll give it back.
No.
Come on!
Be wary of this location.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Our adversaries gather.
I'll patch you up.
Ah, yes. Much better. Avenger. I am strengthened for battle. My soul shall not rest yet.
I'll patch you up.
My aim is true. This will not be my last battle after all. I still have some hunt left in me.
You think I'm afraid of being hurt? A little help, please?
My strength is The Jalia can wait. The hunt is not over.
You wish? Those guys are about to shoot at me.
You should be ashamed.
It ain't cheap. Oh, man.
Fast! Guide my spear! My strength is renewed. Tremble before...
Sticking about.
Stronger already. Chaos control.
Tremble before power of thunder!
KO.
I have returned from the jungle.
Time!
Mutant
Us against the world.
Vengeance Tower beckons me once more.
Only 60 seconds left.
Guys are about to shoot at us.
9 minutes.
Glad someone...
Was anyone with?
I have returned from...
Get that vehicle moving again.
It's up to us to
Down
help
to
the
30
people who can't
seconds.
help themselves.
So swears Magneto. Time is of the essence.
I thought you know. Sure.
I gotta do better this time.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Ground and pound.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum. Just with you.
Vulnerable?
Crack the whip. That puts some pep in my step.
You know you're always safe with me, Herbie.
Spider sling.
We made quite a team.
Back in the swing of things.
I am Asgard's might!
It's spider time!
Yeah.
Get that vehicle moving again!
Don't die to fireball? Now I know.
Beware,
Takes to
behind
shoot.
you!
Perfect. Chaos control.
Now I've got something to prove.
Better watch your back.
That puts some pep in my step. Spider sling.
So cold.
I'm not a vengeful person, but today I'll make an exception.
Eye of Agamotto!
The final 10 seconds.
Now I gotcha. Lifesaver.
We'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
gonna get sticky.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
Graduation. I'm not a vengeful.